¿Cuántos ganaste en la pregunta? Estímalo.
Ayer le gané a Nieto, le interceptó la bola y le di el pico de darle la bola ahí para 11 con chance y me lo ganó en el che con chance. Por uno. Llegó. Acaba de entrar. Sí, acaba de entrar por la puerta ahora mismo. Ahora mismo. Sí. Esperando el bebé. ¿Qué va a pasar con los manos? Las tablas eran para la cama. Pues entonces pues vamos a poner cómo es que va a ser la cama. O sea, por lo menos a marcar en spray en el piso. La cama con spray en línea. ¿Cómo es que tú vas a querer? Entonces ya luego de ahí cogemos medidas. Luego de ahí cortamos. Eso no tiene ciencia.
Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data saying anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters. This ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have crib with it. You either fight or flight. I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died for fed niggas with soul food flow that stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move they gladly imitated. I ain't flattered. I'm a drink.
Haz el muñeco y yo quiero verlo. ¿Cómo es el muñeco?
A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I didn't make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the
ya yo sé lo que podemos hacer en el tubo. En el tubo puedo poner a Madonna y a San Martín de Porres en la cruz de la para secar la ropa. Hey, you call my name. Hacer la producción ahí del video por la cruz. Ahí vi la cabeza de la bola de la discoteca. Vi la bola de la discoteca con la cruz y yo dije, vamos, esta la escenografía completa del video de Madonna. Ya no lo sabes. On the dresser, I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring over, we undefeated. What you heard, let's hear we eating, talking about extra with a slam, extra acting band, pull it like parades on parades, extra with a slam, pay what it call for the tab, extra with the band, young cruiser king, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great, I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake, I got extras on the plate, I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
Mira qué linda. Ay, Dios mío, se parece Ronaldo. Mira, tú eres Ronaldo en gato, Dios. Pues el mismo espíritu se le transporta ahí. Es igual. ¿Te gusta el meao?
Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword, I can walk the floor for the coldest. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose. In a race I make fire cool and come back from the triangle. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards full of lives. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees and the mountains. Or ride the stars way over the ocean. My name is the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. Make the world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my time is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close on that shine in the light. I can make an earthquake nervous. I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade. When I just know my breath is a storm, I bet. I can make the thunder clap when I perform. It's just that in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being alone. I can make time travel a surprise. Make graveyards full of life. Break the immortal down to his demise. I make the moon blue. I make a bitch fly. Now I move mountains. I would have beaten the heart of a crash test dummy. I'm more so astounded. Yeah. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I do the impossible, impossible.
No.
I do the impossible, impossible.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Bosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. CGOD baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Yeah, homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we get God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist.
¿Dónde está la camisa?
Pero yo la guardé.
Da un momento para enseñar a papi y mami.
Después yo se la enseño.
Dame acá para
Que después yo se la enseño, te dije. Que después yo se la enseño.
O sea, que
Después se la
ahora un
enseño.
momento.
No. Es que no quiero que eso sea tema en estos momentos. No quiero que eso sea tema.
Pero
Porque
si
yo
es-
estuve 3 días cocinando un pavo. Elaborándolo,
Ay,
cocinándolo.
mi
Para
amor,
joderme, para que tú me veas con eso. Estoy en vivo.
We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida.
Ah, qué mierda.
Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Miami Dolphins and Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Two and a throw right away. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big play there on the first play of the game. 58 yards. That was tremendous effort, especially after the catch. Breaking through tackles, fighting for extra yards.
So was that just great effort, or were there a lot of missed tackles?
Yeah, the defense did help him a bit.
Yeah, he certainly did, but let's focus on the positive. He made it happen.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. They fake the handoff. Now Tua steps away. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Nene, no se va a estornudar.
Dolphins come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Chicos. Cógelo como que no puede estornudar.
17 yards and moves the sticks. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass catching abilities, and if they're able to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
They'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Basta ya, Jorge Navarro, basta ya.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
The tight end in motion right. On the carry, this is Myles Gaskin. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. They'll run with Gaskin. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Myles Gaskin. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
The two are going to try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, you know, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons. Could change. Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Eso que te lo digan todos los días.
So the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, open man is Hill. He's got it. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 33 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
I think
think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Tua now on first down. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On second down, Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Tua. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So the fake punt, a daring call this deep in their own end, and the end result, certainly not what they were hoping for.
I have to admit, I admired their daring, but I actually would like this play called better if it's between the 40s here. The problem is, even if the ball's not intercepted and it's just incomplete, you're still giving away half a field's worth of possession.
This will be caught just inside the 10. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tua fighting his old Alabama teammate, Jalen Waddle. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 15 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. In motion, Hill. Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here we go. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Tua going to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete.
Come on.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins are able to widen their lead here in this first half. That That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return, Jalen Waddle from his end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run right side with Mostert. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 88 yards. And the Dolphins get a bit closer. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. It's up. It is through. That'll make this now a 28-13 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
The slot man in motion right. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Forced out to his left. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the first down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Slot man moves right. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Looking to pass. Tua. On the out route, he's got Mostert. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. The big loss on first down leads to a tricky second down. 18 yards to go. Here's Tua.
Coño, mano, lo bloqueaste.
Gets home, down he goes. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. In motion, Hill.
Oh, mano. Vamos. Oh.
He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it, and it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
From the 31, Tua. Open net is Waddle, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen